associates were to recover the proceeds of crime paid in advance to AAP and to further generate profits from this entire conspiracy. This is the statement put out by the Enforcement Directorate, where they've linked K. Kavita to the Delhi liquor scam, saying directly that she and the Aam Aadmi Party leadership of Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia were in cahoots, that she paid 100 crore rupees and in exchange was getting proceeds of crime, profits that were being gained from the liquor case. Shreya Chatterjee is joining us with more details on this. Shreya, in the ED statement, any details that have been put out of the evidence against K. Kavita that led now to the raids and a subsequent arrest?
Primarily, Akshita, what we actually do understand that the Enforcement Directorate, in their phase of investigation, questioning those accused with the matter, has come down to the point that K. Kavita was directly linked to Aam Aadmi Party in this entire excise policy scam, because she was allegedly a part of the South group, which was also involved in alleged cartelization, getting benefits in return when this excise policy was being formed. Earlier, it was also based on the statement of one Buchi Babu, which was something that the Enforcement Directorate sources had suggested, that she was in touch with both Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal, and also had paid kickbacks to the tune of 100 crores to Vijay Nair, who was a close aide of Arvind Kejriwal. This is, however, for the first time we also see that in an ED statement, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia's name has directly been mentioned. It also appears that while securing the remand of K. Kavita, the similar thing was put forward by the Enforcement Directorate in the court of law.
All right. Thanks very much, Shreya, for getting us all of those details. We'll see how this plays out. But clearly, the ED believes there's a direct link between K. Kavita and the Aam Aadmi Party leadership, particularly naming in their statement Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. We'll continue tracking the latest on this. Thanks for the moment, Shreya. All right, let's move on to the big political story of the day. With weeks to go for the elections, there's a big controversy that's playing out over a comment made by Rahul Gandhi. He wrapped up his Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra last evening in a mega rally in Mumbai. Now, in that particular rally, Rahul Gandhi made a comment about Shakti, saying that our fight is against Shakti. He was essentially trying to say that the BJP Shakti is the EVMs. But while talking about the same, Rahul Gandhi inevitably made the Congress's fight against Shakti. Now, the Prime Minister immediately hit back and attacked Rahul Gandhi. But Rahul has maintained that this is just an attempt to distract and said that his statements are actually being twisted by the BJP. Here's a report where we play out for you what Rahul said in the Prime Minister's counter, so you can decide for yourself whether Rahul's statement was indeed twisted.
हिंदू धर्म में शक्ति शब्द होता है। हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं, एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं।
Weeks before the 2024 elections, Rahul Gandhi handing over a potent political weapon to BJP by putting himself against Shakti mentioned in Hinduism.
हिंदू धर्म में शक्ति शब्द होता है। हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं, एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं। अब सवाल उठता है, वो शक्ति क्या है? जैसे किसी ने यहां कहा, राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। सही है, सही है। राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। हिंदुस्तान की हर संस्था में है, ईडी में है, सीबीआई में है, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट में है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi led BJP skating counter, accusing Rahul Gandhi of disrespecting Hindu beliefs. Modi said that he can die to protect Shakti, synonymous with Indian woman power.
ऐसा शिवाजी पार्क जहां से इंडी अलायंस ने अपनी घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उन्होंने कहा है कि उनकी लड़ाई शक्ति के खिलाफ है। कल शिवाजी पार्क में इंडी अलायंस ने अपना घोषणा पत्र शक्ति को खत्म करने के लिए किया है। मैं इस चुनौती को स्वीकार करता हूं और मैं इन शक्ति स्वरूपा माताओं बहनों की रक्षा के लिए जान की बाजी लगा दूंगा। एक तरफ शक्ति के विनाश के लोग करने वाले लोग हैं, दूसरी तरफ शक्ति की पूजा करने वाले लोग हैं। कौन शक्ति का विनाश कर सकता है और कौन शक्ति के आशीर्वाद प्राप्त कर सकता है, इसका मुकाबला 4 जून को हो जाएगा।
Rahul Gandhi also responded to Prime Minister Modi, saying that his comments were twisted. The BJP pulled out a video of Rahul with a controversial Catholic priest from September 2022, where the priest, George Ponian, was seen proclaiming Jesus Christ as the real God and running down Shakti.
So Jesus Christ is a form of God. Is that correct? He's the real God. He's the real God. That's God revealed him as a man, human person, not like Shakti or this power. So we see in this human person, they're born like a man, born in this world, the Father.
While BJP said the demons who have dared to fight Goddess Shakti have perished, Congress said that Rahul's remarks were twisted. Will Rahul Gandhi's self-goal hurt Congress poll prospects?
सुबह से आज प्रधानमंत्री बिलबिलाए हुए घूम रहे हैं। पूरी की पूरी भाजपा अनाप शनाप अनर्गल बातें कर रही है। कल जब से राहुल गांधी ने आसुरी शक्ति के खिलाफ खुलकर हमला बोला, यह चुनाव आसुरी शक्ति और दैवी शक्ति के बीच का चुनाव है। पिछले 10 साल में वो कठुआ हो, वो उन्नाव हो, वो कानपुर हो, वो हाथरस हो, हमने देखा किस तरह से इस सरकार ने और इस सरकार के पीछे बैठी आसुरी शक्ति ने महिलाओं की प्रताड़ना की। तब प्रधानमंत्री की शक्ति उपासना कहां गई थी?
Shakti is a phenomenal concept. It's not a word on which you do politics. And by constantly trying to drag Sanatan Dharm into their politics has become a norm for the Congress party and its leadership. For how long, until when, will Mr. Rahul Gandhi and his party keep dragging Sanatan Dharm to do their politics? Do they have no other positive agenda to do politics without dragging Sanatan Dharm into it?
Bureau Report, India Today.
We're cutting across live now to the Prime Minister's mega roadshow in Coimbatore. It's just kicked off and you can see the mega welcome for him as scores of people have gathered on either side of the road there. The Prime Minister standing atop his campaign vehicle, flanked to the left by the BJP Tamil Nadu Chief Annamalai and on the right by Union Minister Murugan. Now remember that this particular roadshow is in focus because of a number of controversies in the run-up also to this, as the Tamil Nadu police at first denied permission for this roadshow. It's over 3 kilometers long. The Tamil Nadu police cited the fact that this stretch, according to them, is a communally sensitive area. But then the BJP took the fight to the courts and finally permission was granted with some restrictions like massive flex boards not being allowed in parts of Coimbatore. The rally, the roadshow has kicked off from Metupalayam Road. It goes on all the way to, in fact, Araspuram. And after that, the Prime Minister will be taking part in a mega rally. This campaign of the Prime Minister in Coimbatore extremely crucial. The last many weeks you've seen Prime Minister Modi in many parts of Tamil Nadu campaigning, but Coimbatore is one district that is particularly crucial for the BJP. Why? Because the BJP is looking to make serious inroads into West Tamil Nadu in the Kovai belt, and the reason for that is because they believe they can eat into the AIADMK vote bank. There are a lot of reports that suggest that Annamalai could also be fielded from Coimbatore in the upcoming elections. So the BJP is yet to release their candidate list for Tamil Nadu. Shilpa Nair is joining us live from Coimbatore with more on this. Shilpa, you've been giving us a sense of the excitement on ground. Take it away. What do you see around you?
Well, yes, Akshita, we are here in Coimbatore, and as we speak, the Prime Minister's roadshow has started. It's making his convoy, his vehicle, of course, is making its way to the place where we are at. But this is a scene that I've not seen very often. We've been, covering Prime Minister's roadshow, not just in Tamil Nadu, but other states as well. But this is the first time I'm seeing something like this, where a lot of elderly citizens, women, children, all of them gathered here to perform yoga. And there's dance, there's music. People who've come with portraits of the Prime Minister that they've drawn themselves, all just to show the excitement, all just to catch the glimpse of the Prime Minister. And this campaign of the Prime Minister, remember, he's been visiting Tamil Nadu. He's been frequenting Tamil Nadu the last couple of days. He, of course, has covered Tirupur, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, Kanyakumari in the last couple of days. Today, he's holding a roadshow, a 2.5-kilometer roadshow here in Coimbatore, and tomorrow he's again going to Salem. So, the kind of focus that the Prime Minister and the BJP is giving to Tamil Nadu, this is something that we've not seen even in 2019 elections, the kind of campaigning that the BJP is doing at this time around, because in 2024, the BJP themselves feel that they do have a chance of improving their performance, and they even believe that they can win 1 or 2 seats, and that is the reason why the Prime Minister has been focusing on some of these pockets, the western region and the southern region of Tamil Nadu, where the BJP has a significant presence, and they want to build on from there, and that is the reason why the Prime Minister is heavily focusing in some of these areas. And as far as Coimbatore is concerned, this of course is an industrial hub, a hub for MSMEs, the diverse mix of population as well. There's a significant section of people who are from North India who live here. So it's a diverse mix of population when you speak about Coimbatore. And there are of course huge speculations that it could be Annamalai that could emerge, who could emerge as the BJP's candidate here in Coimbatore. Though Annamalai is very reluctant to talk about it, he says it's up to the national leadership, it's up to the CEC to decide who will be the candidate. There are of course huge speculations, and many even believe the reason the Prime Minister is doing a roadshow here instead of a public meeting is also probably because there's a prominent candidate who could be fielded from Coimbatore. Now Coimbatore, again, to speak about the significance of Coimbatore for the BJP, yes, they have a significant presence here. It is also one of the assembly segments where the BJP has won. Remember, Vanati Srinivasan, a very senior women leader of the BJP, won from the Coimbatore South constituency in the 2021 assembly elections, beating actor politician Kamal Hassan and others. So the BJP has a strong presence, and what they want to do for this election is, of course, try to build on that vote. The caste factor of Annamalai will also come in handy for the BJP. The grounded caste appeals to the western region of Tamil Nadu. So that is the reason why BJP is heavily focusing.
There are reasons that you're listing here, Shilpa, which is why the BJP is largely focusing on Coimbatore, on western Tamil Nadu. There was also controversy just before this roadshow where you had, in fact, permission being denied for the Prime Minister's roadshow because the Tamil Nadu police said that this was a communally sensitive region, and so they said that we cannot allow a 3-kilometer plus roadshow to take place. The BJP will see this as a big victory. The fact that the Madras High Court ruled in their favor, there's no doubt that Prime Minister Modi is going to refer to this in his rally today as well. Because if you look at his campaigns, and you're right in pointing out that the BJP and the Prime Minister, while has been focusing largely on the south, primarily has been on Tamil Nadu. He's been visiting Tamil Nadu more than any other state in South India as well. So in his speech today, as he has been the last few times, he is going to be taking on the DMK, and now he's got a new tool to do that with, in fact, the Tamil Nadu police earlier denying him permission for this massive event.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. In fact, the BJP had proposed a 3.6-kilometer roadshow initially, and the local police here had denied permission for that, citing several grounds. One, of course, the huge security risk that it poses. Second, saying that it could cause a lot of inconvenience to the general public, especially students and, other patients, because there are a lot of schools, educational institutions and hospitals located in this stretch of the road where the roadshow is being carried out. And apart from that, the police also cited the communal nature of Coimbatore. Remember, Coimbatore is one place where we've seen communal flare-ups in the past. In fact, the end point of the Prime Minister's roadshow is Arispuram. This is one of the locations where a bomb had gone off in 1998 when L.K. Advani was to address a public meeting, a public gathering. And this dastardly bomb attack had killed a lot of people. And today, of course, very, very significantly, and what could be a political move as well, the Prime Minister will be paying tributes to those who died in that 1998 bomb blast. This was informed to us by Annamalai. He, of course, said that the Prime Minister, now that he's coming to Coimbatore, he wants to take this opportunity to pay tributes to those who died in that 1998 bomb blast. So some of these reasons, of course, were cited by the police to deny permission in the first place. They, of course, pointed out that it's not just the BJP, but even for other organizations and political parties, we don't generally give permission for roadshows. Public meetings can happen, but roadshows, they say, is a huge security risk. But the BJP wasted no time. They approached the Madras High Court, and the Madras High Court Justice Anand Venkatesh directed the police to grant permission. The court rejected all the grounds cited by the police, and the court, of course, directed the local administration to permit this particular roadshow, although certain conditions were imposed. And that is the reason why this roadshow is currently happening. And what you see, of course, are the visuals from the ground. And Prime Minister's campaign vehicle will be arriving here very shortly. He is accompanied by Tamil Nadu BJP Chief Annamalai and also Senior Minister L. Murugan, who's also from Tamil Nadu. So as he's making his way, you can see the kind of crowd, the kind of excitement on ground. All of them are waiting to just catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. And for the BJP, this is what they want. This time around, they believe they have a strong chance. They can make inroads in Tamil Nadu. And for them, the 2024 election, they consider it to be a foundation stone for the 2026 assembly polls. Because when we speak to BJP leaders, they say that, yes, we may not really win big in this Lok Sabha elections, but we are very confident about improving our vote share, our performance. We are confident of reaching grassroots levels this time around, and that will give us a good boost for the 2026 elections. That will give them a huge boost, is what many BJP leaders have been saying. And for the BJP, yes, winning seats would be icing on the cake. But if their vote share increases and if they manage to push the ADMK into the third position in some of these constituencies, then the game is open for the 2026 assembly polls. And that's precisely what the BJP is focusing at
But
this
there
point
are
in
a couple
time.
of factors. There are a couple of factors, Shilpa, that the BJP has to look to. One, of course, alliances. That's still something that's in the works. The BJP has got some smaller parties on board. There's still a big question mark, however, about PMK, and they'll be counting on getting them on board because that will significantly help in beefing up their vote share. The second factor is also about the kind of candidates that they field. There was a hint that came in earlier today with Tamilisai Soundararajan resigning as the Telangana governor. It's confirmed that she is going to be in the Lok Sabha fray in all likelihood from Chennai South. Then there is, of course, Annamalai himself, where there's endless speculation, and our sources have told us that he could be fielded in this election from this very seat where the Prime Minister currently is, from Coimbatore. So there are all of these factors that the BJP has to consider to ensure that they do open their account essentially in Tamil Nadu. A lot of it will come down to the names that they're fielding and alliances.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. In fact, alliances will play a huge role for the BJP as far as 2024 Lok Sabha elections are concerned. In fact, remember, the AIDMK and BJP are no longer in an alliance. It was with the help of the AIDMK that the BJP managed to win 4 seats in the assembly elections, the 2021 assembly elections. But the AIDMK has severed ties with the BJP. Some of the statements of K. Annamalai against AIDMK leaders did not go down well with the AIDMK. Therefore, AIDMK snapped ties with the BJP, and that is the reason why the BJP is now beginning from scratch, trying to bring in alliance partners. Even if they are smaller parties, they want to bring them on board to show that they have a rainbow coalition. In fact, so far it is TTV Dinakaran's Amba Makkal Munnetra Kazhagam, OPS who has extended support, GK Vasan's Tamil Manila Congress, AC Shanmugam, the India Jananayaga Kachi. Some of these smaller parties have already joined hands with the BJP for the 2024 elections. But what the that BJP is also waiting to crack is PMK, because PMK has a significant vote share in the northern part of Tamil Nadu, and if PMK joins hands with the BJP, then that of course is good news, because at a time when the BJP is trying to improve their vote share, improve their performance across the state, an alliance with PMK will help them is what they believe. But PMK so far has not made an official commitment, an official announcement regarding their alliance. They've been talking to both sides, both AIDMK and the BJP, and there's constant back and forth in terms of the alliance talk that's happening. So there's a lot of suspense around which party the PMK will align with in this election. But for the BJP, TTV Dinakaran's entry into the alliance also plays an important role, because remember, TTV has a significant support base in southern Tamil Nadu, and this is also a belt where the BJP has worked extensively in Kanyakumari, Thoothukudi, Tirunelveli, Tenkasi. These are some of the seats that the BJP has worked extensively, and Dinakaran coming into the fold will help them reach out to the Tevar community, which of course is a dominant community in South Tamil Nadu, and that of course is going to be very beneficial for the BJP. And OPS too, he is another strong leader from the AIDMK. He has extended support, but a concerning factor is also that the BJP has not yet finalized seat sharing with any of these parties. Probably they're waiting for the PMK's decision whether or no PMK comes into the alliance. Probably that is the hold up in terms of the seat sharing arrangement. But for now, Annamalai and other BJP leaders say, we are happy with the alliance we've stitched together so far, and they believe they can make a difference in this election. Another aspect, like you rightly pointed out, is the candidates. They need good faces, prominent faces, faces that can, connect with the people. Annamalai, of course, is an energetic young leader that the BJP is putting forward. Someone who's been working his Enman Yenmakkal Yatra. He covered all the 234 constituencies in Tamil Nadu. So he's, of course, gaining a lot of traction on ground. But apart from that, they also need senior faces who can, of course, have that connect with the Tamil Nadu voters. Today, of course, we got the news of Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan resigning from her post as the governor of Telangana and as the LG of Puducherry. Now, Tamilisai Soundararajan, a very, very senior BJP leader she used to be, and she was, always telling us that her first love is always politics and that she wants to return to politics. So now that she's tendered a resignation, there are high chances that she could be fielded as one of the BJP's candidates, either from South Chennai or South Tamil Nadu. That is what we're hearing from our sources.
No, the BJP definitely stands a chance. They believe that they've got a strong chance. If any of the Chennai seats are to be, considered, they believe they have the strongest chance in Chennai South. Now, will that actually happen is a question mark. But also, while we talk about Coimbatore, and this is something Shilpa has also highlighted, why does Coimbatore actually matter for the BJP? Because the Bharatiya Janata Party believes that they can make inroads into West Tamil Nadu. There are particularly two regions in Tamil Nadu that they're focusing on, West as well as South Tamil Nadu. And in Coimbatore, they believe that they have a good chance. There's even the possibility of the Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai being fielded from Coimbatore. There's an important factor here. One is, of course, that he is someone who's being deemed as a firebrand leader for the BJP. They're trying to groom him for the 2026 assembly elections in Tamil Nadu. He belongs to the Gaundur community, and that works in their favor as well, because this community is there in large number in West Tamil Nadu. Now, besides that, also the fact that the AIADMK is strong in West Tamil Nadu, the BJP is hoping that some of the votes that belong to the AIADMK, what's considered their traditional vote bank, shifts to the BJP. The BJP has been working hard to kind of eat into the AIADMK vote bank more than the DMK, because they want to project themselves as the alternative. In the Congo belt, as it's called, the Kovai area, the BJP is counting that they will make mega inroads. And Coimbatore matters for this reason, because they've tasted electoral success here, whether it's in the assembly elections or in the general elections, which is why the Prime Minister's campaign here matters for the Bharatiya Janata Party. If they're looking to open their account, this seat is extremely crucial and what happens in the weeks to come. Remember, the Tamil Nadu goes to polls in phase 1. But the BJP is yet to release their list of candidates for this state. As we beam these live images of the roadshow that the Prime Minister has embarked on in Coimbatore, I'm slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be right back, getting you all these live updates and much more.
With a month to go for voting to begin in elections 2024, the heat is high and it's already proving to be a blazing hot political summer, fueled by political tensions on the rise. For starters, the opposition has declared it isn't just up against the Modi machine, but also the Election Commission itself, raising long-standing concerns and questioning the neutrality of the poll panel. The ruling BJP has reiterated its unwavering trust in the Election Commission and claimed that the country on June the 4th will give them 400 par seats. The ill-tempered battle isn't just over the dates and phases in the Lok Sabha election this year. Politics has also erupted over delayed Jammu and Kashmir polls, with the Congress questioning the Election Commission's decision, or rather lack of one so far.
अच्छा लगते कि ये चारों स्टेट के साथ साथ जम्मू कश्मीर में चुनाव कराए जाते तो अच्छा लगता। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सितंबर तक चुनाव कराने के निर्देश दे चुके हैं, लेकिन हम लोग सितंबर मास तक क्यों हम इंतजार करते हैं?
The seven-phased Lok Sabha election will start on April the 19th, with results to be announced on June the 4th. India's big political festival is set to be a closely watched battleground, with both the ruling BJP and opposition gearing up for a fierce electoral contest. Bureau Report, India Today.
Opposition unity in full display. Team India's massive show of strength. India Bloc kick-started its election campaign from Mumbai's iconic Shivaji Park. Rahul Gandhi, Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, MK Stalin, Tejasvi Yadav, Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot sounded the poll bugle for 2024 battle. Rahul Gandhi fired fresh salvos at Prime Minister Modi. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MK Stalin also did not miss the opportunity to slam the Modi government.
The BJP that divides people will be thrown out soon. PM Modi did only two things in last 10 years. One is foreign trips. Another is fake propaganda.
Taking a jibe at NDA, Tejasvi Yadav said that the Saffron clan hijacked Nitish Kumar. Aam Aadmi Party's Saurabh Bharadwaj also targeted BJP over electoral bonds. Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray slammed BJP's 400 par war cry. SP chief Akhilesh Yadav, however, skipped the opposition show of strength, citing political engagements. Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. We're getting you all the live non-stop updates coming in on the Prime Minister's South focus. He's currently in Coimbatore, part of a mega roadshow that's going to be followed up by a rally as well. In a district that the BJP is counting on doing well in the upcoming elections. What you see on your screens right now are images of the Prime Minister's mega South show. And this started off 2 days ago. Over the next 2 days as well, he's going to be focusing completely on the South. With every single day, the Prime Minister visiting 2 to 3 different districts. Started off, of course, on 15th, goes up till tomorrow when the Prime Minister again will be visiting Salem in Tamil Nadu as well. Now, every single day, he's been ensuring that he visits 2 to 3 districts in different parts of the South. So it's not reserved to one state alone. He's been in Tamil Nadu, in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Karnataka. And it's very, very clear as to exactly how much the BJP is really counting on making inroads in the South in these elections. But let's talk about Tamil Nadu right now as we beam these live images of the roadshow that's underway in Coimbatore. I want to bring in on this broadcast political analyst Narayanan Lakshman as well. Narayanan Lakshman, good evening. What do you think is the significance of the Prime Minister's roadshow right now in Coimbatore? For the last many months, while the Prime Minister has made it a point to focus on the South, a large part of that focus has been on Tamil Nadu. And perhaps West Tamil Nadu is a region that the BJP is really counting on this time.
Absolutely, Akshita. I think you cannot overstate the importance of Tamil Nadu in this election. You know, there are 39 Lok Sabha seats up for grabs, and it could really be, a make or break situation in terms of the total tally that the BJP manages to get. Obviously, at a national level, they projected to win along with their allies. But, the South has been a tough climb for them, and among the toughest, I would say, are Tamil Nadu, maybe Kerala as well. So I think the Prime Minister is personally investing in doing his best here. Of course, that is his style of politics. It is almost like a presidential style where, it's a referendum on his own personality, his policies, his government's policies. But at the same time, I think there's a very clear recognition that some heavy lifting needs to be done in Tamil Nadu in order to maximize the number of seats that they get out of those 39. Obviously, a strong pushback will be coming from the DMK.
Do you see it translating to seats, though? Because, most opinion polls right now, Narayan, do project that the BJP will better their vote share. For it to actually translate to seats will have to be 20% plus. Do you see that actually happening in places like Coimbatore?
Well, it's very hard, Akshita, because I think, there are multiple factors. One is there is a feeling of the tensions between central and state government. Obviously, the DMK has spoken a lot about, we need to get a share of resources. We are not getting as much as the North. We are contributing more in terms of state GDP to the overall country's income. We should be getting more, all of that. Then there's also the longer term history of the Dravidian movement and the fact that, many people, the older generations at least, is still subscribe to a sense of Tamil Nadu being a very exceptional and unique state. But the question is, the young people are now, a younger generation of voters is also there. They may not so much remember what happened in 1967 when the Congress was defeated by the DMK. And the Dravidian parties then went on to rule the state for the next 50 years between the DMK and ADMK. So that doesn't really echo maybe with the younger generation. So therein, I think Prime Minister Modi and the rest of the BJP trying to portray a positive image of what their vision for the country is, of growth, of opportunities, and generally that India will be prosperous. The Achhe Din tag, which they talk about under Prime Minister Modi's government.
The BJP, and this is perhaps one of the biggest challenges that they faced in Tamil Nadu, which is that they're perceived as a North Indian party. The Prime Minister has been focusing on changing that. 6 visits in this year alone to Tamil Nadu. The Prime Minister has been focusing on kind of changing that narrative, whether it's about him talking about how he wished he knew Tamil, about starting off this initiative where, there's an AI Tamil constantly translating his speech. And then, of course, there is all of this talk that he always gives in his speech about connecting the North to the South and all of that. Do you think that's really making any sort of impact on ground, that the BJP is seen now as a regional player in regional politics of Tamil Nadu?
No, Akshita, I think it would be a stretch to say that they are seen as a regional player because let's not forget, and this is also your earlier very pertinent question about the regions within Tamil Nadu, like the West and South. Tamil Nadu is still very much a state under the Dravidian model, which is election outcomes are determined by caste politics, whether we agree with it or like it or not. And for example, there'll be a one-year stronghold towards the north. There'll be Tevars down south. In some areas, Dalits are themselves strong. You have the Dalit Panthers and other Dalit parties. And of course, Gaundars and others, the ADMK is a stronghold as well towards the east and the north. And Chennai is a big constituency. So I think the Prime Minister is certainly aware, and the BJP as a party is aware of these caste calculations and equations. But their equation, their propaganda is entirely different, right? It is not really based on caste. It is more about, to an extent, it's about religion. To an extent, it's about growth and a different view of India, which is not about regional politics. But I think that hasn't gained an echo here yet, because let's face it, they're starting from scratch. They're near zero. So even in the state assembly elections, they've just managed to scrape a few seats. But the advantage of being in that position of the underdog party is that every small gain that you make is seen as being the effect of a much bigger footprint on Tamil society, from 0 to go to 5 seats or something, or a single-digit percentage of the vote share is actually quite huge, because it tells you the work they've been doing at the village level in terms of promoting Hindu festivals, temple worship, and all of those things. And of course, Prime Minister Modi's own personality and how he is good for the governance of this country. That's their message. So that is obviously gaining some traction, and that's what they're banking on. If I may, Akshita, I'll also add that the other side of it is their alliance with the AIADMK, which is something of a little more of a precarious and difficult story, because there were originally talks and plans and they had come together, and then there were some frictions in terms of comments made by the BJP functionaries about CN Anadre. That alliance basically could not hold. But I think being on the ground here, what we're hearing is there is a very decent chance of a post-poll tie-up. The question really will it be enough to really knock off the numbers of the DMK in terms of the number of seats they get, and will it add a substantial amount to the tally in the Lok Sabha? So we'll have to wait and see about those factors.
Interesting perspective there, Nara. And request you to stay with me. I just want to dip into what's happening there in Coimbatore, because you can see right now scores of people who've come together for that roadshow, and you can see many people there walking along with the convoy of the Prime Minister. He's traveling on an open jeep, waving to the crowds. There are people there who are running along with the vehicle, trying to stay with the Prime Minister, trying to catch a glimpse of him, many clicking pictures there. And as the sun sets, you can see that people are getting all the more excited there to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. These kind of rallies definitely is helping in kind of boosting the morale of ground level workers of the BJP. Will it translate to votes is still a big question mark. But we're just weeks away from really the elections in Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu goes to polls in the first phase of the 7 phases across the country. I want to bring in Shilpa Nair also to get you a sense of what's the mood on the ground. Shilpa, the mood clearly upbeat there. I can see scores of people on either side of the road waving to the Prime Minister. There are people running along with this convoy, trying to keep up with him as he waves to the crowds.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. In fact, a lot of excitement and festivities on ground here in Coimbatore. And this is also what the BJP wants. Ahead of the crucial election, you need your workers, you need your party workers to be charged up. You need to reach out to your supporters, your potential voters. And that is what is precisely the Prime Minister is focusing at this point in time. Look at the number of times the Prime Minister has come to Tamil Nadu, not just, ahead of the elections, even during the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. The Prime Minister chose to end his Anushtan by visiting temples and taking part in rituals that are part of the Tamil Nadu temples. He, of course, went to Srirangam temple in Trichy, the Rameshwaram Sri Ranganatha Swami temple in Ramnatha Swami temple in Rameshwaram as well, taking part in those rituals, and then, of course, making his political visits and also inaugurating various schemes and developmental works for Tamil Nadu. So that is what the Prime Minister's campaign has been about. On one side, he wants to display and he wants to list out the various works, various schemes that his government has given to Tamil Nadu. The second, of course, is to attack the DMK Congress alliance. He's taken them on various issues, especially issues of corruption, dynasty politics, etc. In fact, in the last public meeting that he attended in Kanyakumari, the Prime Minister said that look, we are giving you schemes, whereas the DMK Congress government, when they were in power, they only gave you scams. So that is the kind of rhetoric, the kind of political narrative that the Prime Minister is trying to build, that even though the UPA was in power for several years, they did not do much for the state, but it is the BJP government that is looking after the interests of the Tamil people, you know, also respecting their culture, their language, their traditions. The Prime Minister, of course, keeps pointing out how he installed the Sengol in the new parliament building, which he says is a representation of the Tamil culture. He keeps talking about Tamil language, also expressing regret that he's not able to speak
Shilpa, can I also request you to speak to some of the supporters out there to understand what they think and why they're there? You know, what is their expectations from the BJP this time?
Well, yes, Akshita, in fact, there's a lot of sound here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me, but I'll still try and speak to some of them here. And in the one thing, Kovil, yaar
BJP தான்
அண்ணாமலை கண்டெஸ்ட் பண்ண போறாங்க
கண்டிப்பா அவர் என்ன ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும்
कौन जीतेगा यहाँ पे
बीजेपी அண்ணாமலை தான் ஜெயிக்கிறார் அண்ணாமலை 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 ஜி அண்ணாமலை ஜி மோடி ஜி அண்ணாமலை ஜி மோடி ஜி.
So clearly they're all saying that it is a BJP who's going to win here in Coimbatore, and they all want to see Annamalai emerging as the member of parliament, getting elected as a member of parliament from Coimbatore. And this is the sentiment that the BJP wants to build on at this point in time. They know that Coimbatore is a belt where they have a strong presence. There are several pro-Hindu groups in Coimbatore, so they believe that this is a place where they can, of course, build on, and that's the reason why they could even go for Annamalai as their face for Coimbatore, someone very prominent, someone who's been leading the party from forward, from the front, and the energy, the excitement. This, of course, comes as a good news for the BJP, but whether or no all of this support will translate into votes, and moreover, whether or not this translates into number of seats, that's going to be very, very interesting to watch out for. But for the BJP, the one thing that they're extremely confident about this time around is improving their vote share. They believe they have managed to make inroads in the state. They have managed to become an alternative to the Dravidian party. That is something that the BJP is extremely confident about. They say, anywhere between 15 to 20% or even more than that could be our vote share this time around. If indeed that happens, that's going to be huge as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned. Whether or not they win 1 or 2 seats, that of course will be icing on the cake for the BJP. But if their vote share increases to that level, to a 20%, then the game is open for 2026 assembly elections, and that is precisely what the BJP wants. For them, Tamil Nadu is a long-term vision, not a short-term project that they're looking at. That is precisely the reason why time and again you can see the Prime Minister invoking Tamil poets, Tamil symbols, Tamil culture, and also trying to ensure that politically they, make inroads, they reach the grassroots level, and they try to strengthen their booth structure. All of that is being looked into simultaneously.
They'll take anything they get right now. You're right in saying that, they'll be counting on their vote share going up. If it translates to 1 or 2 seats, like you said, it's icing on the cake essentially, because the BJP is looking at this as in the long run. They're counting on doing better in the 2026 Assembly election. Prime Minister Modi knows that. He's using this election to kind of ensure that they create a ground for the BJP in the Assembly elections as well. So all of these campaigns may not necessarily translate to a Modi wave as you may expect in other states, but it could translate to a better vote share, and that's all the BJP wants right now. The Prime Minister, 5 days, has been in 5 South states. Tomorrow also he's in the South, but this started on 15th March. Why? Because the BJP and the Prime Minister is counting on Mission 4 so far. He's been talking about that, saying NDA will cross 400. That's dependent on making inroads in the South. I beg your pardon. Displacing Congress completely also from the last remaining strongholds is also needed.
उनके उत्साह को बढ़ा रही होंगी लालचंद
बिल्कुल और उस
Okay, to displace Congress completely from the last remaining strongholds, which is largely southern states, that's also a big focus of the BJP, which is why they want to make inroads and kind of establish themselves in states where they've not had a presence before. Fully consolidate electoral control over the country. The Hindi heartland is conquered. The south, not so much. And the BJP wants to change that with this particular election. Now, these are economic powerhouse states, the South states, and the Prime Minister has always spoken about Modinomics. He'll want to reinstate that by ensuring that they perform well in these economic powerhouse states as well. So this is why the BJP has been putting such an aggressive approach when it comes to the southern states particularly. And the Prime Minister has been campaigning hard in these areas. I want to bring in Narayanan Lakshman once again on this. Narayanan, just as we talk about really the BJP performance in Tamil Nadu, everyone's favorite topic on that is, of course, Annamalai. What do you really see as the impact of Annamalai in these elections beyond just, of course, grabbing headlines? Do you see his, role really in the upcoming assembly elections, in the general election? There is talk that he could be contesting as well.
Yes, Akshita, I think he has emerged as a fairly capable, if new leader who still is kind of finding his way. He's certainly steadied the BJP ship in Tamil Nadu. I think particularly notable to his credit was the DMK files, as he called them, the long list of allegations and charges that he brought to the public in terms of corruption with those associated with the DMK. And I think he's really been on the front foot in terms of campaigning, getting out there. He's highly energetic. I think maybe where, if I had to say, he would further continue to look for further improvement, it would be in terms of understanding the Dravidian ideology a little bit better in order to take it on and challenge it even more effectively. So I think one misstep that happened was, the comments made about CN Annadure, who's seen as not just, sort of ideological part of the heritage of the DMK, but also the AIADMK. And that caused a bit of a kerfuffle in terms of the alliance between the BJP and the AIADMK. So he's still a little new and fresh in some regards, but I think he's really proved his mettle as someone who can steady the ship and speak with the BJP's real voice, true voice in the state of Tamil Nadu.
And that's perhaps why also what kind of alliances and what manner these alliances are stitched will be a test where Annamalai has to really prove himself. Thanks very much, Narayanan Lakshman, for joining us. Thanks to my colleague Shilpa as well. We're going to continue getting you all these live images of the mega roadshow by the Prime Minister. Remember, it will be culminating in a huge rally in Coimbatore. And the Prime Minister will be speaking in Tamil Nadu in what is his 6th visit in the last 2.5 months alone to Tamil Nadu. Wrap up this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. A reminder that we have a special coming up on the epic three-way face-off for Kerala's capital, for Thiruvananthapuram, this general election. A detailed ground report by Shibimol with all the three candidates in fray. This is our first episode of Southside Story.
ऐसा शिवाजी पार्क जहां से इंडी अलायंस ने अपनी घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उन्होंने कहा है कि उनकी लड़ाई शक्ति के खिलाफ है। कल शिवाजी पार्क में इंडी अलायंस ने अपना घोषणा पत्र शक्ति को खत्म करने के लिए किया है। मैं इस चुनौती को स्वीकार करता हूं और मैं इन शक्ति स्वरूप माताओं बहनों की रक्षा के लिए जान की बाजी लगा दूंगा। एक तरफ शक्ति के विनाश के लोग करने वाले लोग हैं, दूसरी तरफ शक्ति की पूजा करने वाले लोग हैं। कौन शक्ति का विनाश कर सकता है और कौन शक्ति के आशीर्वाद प्राप्त कर सकता है, इसका मुकाबला 4 जून को हो जाएगा।
Larger NDA's first joint poll rally in Andhra. On Sunday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Palandu, addressing a mammoth, ecstatic crowd. Modi asserted that the NDA moved forward with both regional aspirations and national progress in mind. Modi shared dice with TDP President N. Chandrababu Naidu and Jan Sena Party Chief and actor Pawan Kalyan in a solid show of strength. TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu hailed Prime Minister Modi as the tallest leader and pledged to work with him. Jan Sena Party Chief and superstar Pawan Kalyan slammed Jagan's YSRCP for corruption in Andhra Pradesh. The massive gathering saw huge crowds at the rally, with people even climbing a light tower to witness Prime Minister Modi and other leaders on the stage. He paused his speech midway and urged the crowd not to climb light towers, warning them against the inherent danger. It's now gone viral on social media. The BJP formed an alliance with TDP and Jan Sena for the elections. This is the first time all the 3 leaders shared the stage in a rally for the 2024 polls. The voting for the 175-member Andhra Pradesh Assembly will be held in the single phase, and the voters will cast their votes on May 13th. With Apurva in Palnadu, Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Co-presented by Aapka Joy, Bharat Ka Joy, Joy e-bike. Co-presented by Green Lam Laminates, Kuch Mera Kuch Tumhara. Powered by MP Birla Cement Perfect Plus, Concrete Special. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Good evening, you're watching Mission 2024 and viewers, exactly 32 days left before the first vote is cast. We're going to get you the latest. First up, taking you through the headlines.
Big Modi versus Rahul face-off over the latter Shakti comment. Prime Minister Modi hits out, says India alliance wants to destroy Hindu Shakti. Rahul retorts, claims his words were misrepresented.
इन्हें मां भारती की बढ़ती हुई शक्ति से नफरत हो रही है। शक्ति पर वार का मतलब है देश की माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों पर वार।
Supreme Court cracks the whip on State Bank of India once again, orders full poll bonds data disclosure, including unique numbers, by March 21st at 5 p.m. Election Commission's Big Babu cleanup ahead of polls. Bengal top cop axed, new DGP appointed. Home Secretaries of Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Himachal, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand also removed. Prime Minister Modi's mission south in top gear. After a show of strength in Karnataka's Shivamogga, Prime Minister helms mega road show in Tamil Nadu's Coimbatore. Trouble mounts for KCR's daughter K. Kavita. ED alleges Kavita AAP conspiracy in the Delhi Liquorgate saga. Claims K. Kavita paid 100 crore rupees advance to Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia in exchange for crime proceeds. NDA seat sharing deal in Bihar sealed. BJP to contest on 17 seats, JDU 16, Chirag Paswan's LJP to fight on 5 seats, while remaining 2 seats go to HAM and RLM. BJP versus Congress in Bengaluru escalates after a group allegedly thrashed a Bengaluru shopkeeper for playing Hanuman Chalisa during Azan. Shopkeeper claims assault was unprovoked. All right, the latest coming in, viewers. Finally, where the BJP is concerned, the seat-sharing formula has been sealed, where Bihar comes into question. BJP will fight on 17 seats, JDU to contest from 16, LJB to contest on 5 seats, Manjhi's HAM and Upendra Kushwaha's RLSP get 1 seat each. India Today's news break confirmed, according to sources, Pashupati Paras will soon resign from the Modi cabinet of not getting a seat in the alliance in Bihar NDA. News, in fact, sources seem to suggest Pashupati is very angry with Chirag Paswan's LJP getting 5 Lok Sabha seats, and the key in all of that will be the seat of Hajipur, which was the legacy. For viewers who are not able to understand the political and family dynamics of it all, Pashupati Paras is Chirag Paswan's uncle, Ram Vilas Paswan, who is the father of Chirag Paswan, his brother. The Hajipur seat has currently been held by Pashupati Paras, and Hajipur this time around will now go to Chirag Paswan as per seat sharing arrangement, and not a single seat has been given to Pashupati Paras.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी, जनता दल यूनाइटेड, लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी, हिंदुस्तानी अवाम मोर्चा और राष्ट्रीय लोक मोर्चा, ऐसे सभी का जो एनडीए गठबंधन बिहार में एक साथ होकर चुनाव लड़ेगा। भले पार्टी के अपने अपने चुनाव चिन्ह अपने अपने सीटों पे अलग हो, लेकिन सभी 40 सीटों पर पूरा एनडीए की सभी पार्टियां अपनी पूरी ताकत से 40 के 40 सीटों पर ताकत लगाएगी और सभी सीटें जीत कर आएंगी, ये हमारा विश्वास है।
हम अपने बिहार के सभी सम्मानित नेता, हमारे नेता आदरणीय चिराग पासवान जी और हमारे लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी, जीतन राम मांझी जी और सभी नेतागण से एक बहुत अच्छे सौहार्दपूर्ण वातावरण में लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी रामविलास को 5 सीट मिली है। मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं और ये पूरी आप लोगों को विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि जो आपने टारगेट रखा है 40 को 40 सीट जीतने का, उसमें निश्चित रूप से इस बार हम लोग बिहार में पूरा करेंगे। और साथ ही में जो प्रधानमंत्री का जो संकल्प है 400 पार, उसमें हम लोग पूरा करेंगे। और इस बार बहुत बड़ी जीत के साथ हम लोग सरकार बनाएंगे। देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे।
चिराग जी, आपने एक बार कहा था कि आप प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के हनुमान हैं। क्या हनुमान जी को जो स्थान मिलना चाहिए था, जो स्थान हनुमान जी का है इस पूरी कहानी में, वो स्थान आपको लगता है कि आज मिला?
देखिए, मुझे नहीं लगता कि हनुमान जी किसी संख्या में बांधे जा सकते हैं। और ये